How do there, guys, and welcome back to Edgar TV. We've now just finished PDC Q School UK and EU, so we now know every single tour card holder for 2024. They come from various different pots, and the main way in which you can keep these tour cards is by breaking the world's top 64. For some of these players, they've got a 2-year card. I'll let you know who they are, and for some of them, it's just the 1 year. People are defending money, people aren't. It's confusing, I get it. So don't worry, I'll talk you through everything you need to know right here on Edgar TV. Just go down, hit the subscribe, and I'll talk you through everything you need to know. Not only that, but I'll identify by looking at the rankings players that I expect are going to go up the rankings in 2024 due to the lack of defending, and players that are defending big prize money in 2024 who we could see drop down the rankings. I'll explain to you how you get a tour card first. There are various different routes. The first one is the Challenge Tour Order of Merit. The top 2 players on the Challenge Tour. This is all the players that go to Q School who wasn't able to get a tour card, make up the Challenge Tour. Barry Van Peer topping that, Owen Bates coming second. Those 2 players got places at the World Championships. We also saw Barry Van Peer at the Grand Slam of Darts, but those 2 players join the Professional Tour on a 2-year card. The Development Tour is for players aged 16 to 23, and again, top 2 positions get a tour card on this. Now, this got a little bit tricky. Jan van Veen won the Development Tour, but he's already got a tour card, so he dropped a place down to Vessel Nyman, so it is Littler and Nyman. However, Luke Littler then went to the World Championship final, so he broke into the top 64, so he no longer gets a card from the Development Tour because he's now one of the world's top 64 players, so it drops down again. So the 2 players that actually got the tour cards from the Development Tour was 3rd and 4th place Vessel Nyman and Nathan Rafferty. They both get 2-year cards. Also getting 2-year cards are the players that were successful at Q School. This is the UK Order of Merit. Darren Webster becoming a victim of the Conan Whitehead rule, where if he did not play the last day, he would have been in a PDC tour card position and Adam Hunt would have missed out. Instead, Adam Hunt regains his tour card, as does everyone you're going to see on your screen in green, including new debut tour cards for Ice Cold Darren Beveridge, Danny Lowby getting over the line and getting a card, Rhys Griffiths of Wales, James Horrell joining us off the WDF tour, Matty Dennant, I think this is the first time he's had a card, Joshua Richardson, the son of James Richardson, who had that iconic win against Raymond van Barneveld. Dom Taylor getting one outright. Leighton Bennett coming of age and getting a tour card. Steve Lennon regaining his. But this is one I'm excited by. Rob Grundy. Glenn Durrant tells me reliably he is the best player of the North East. And from what I've seen of him, this guy is class. He could be a problem out on that tour. In the EU, it was Jeffrey de Graaf who won on the last day. Had to go all the way and did, winning a last leg decider. The WDF World Champion Andy Bartons, Jelle Klassen returning back to the Pro Tour, and Martijn Dracht. Everyone else you see here in green, all getting tour cards. Lots of new tour card holders here, lots of first timers. For me, I'm excited to see Lucas Venig. I think he's one of those players who's been knocking on the door for a while. It was inevitable he was going to get a card at some point, and now he has. I'll be interested to see if he makes that step and that development. As far as Q School's gone, Benjamin de Roos has been amazing. The Danish, is that what you call him from Denmark? The Danish? It's been amazing. Really excited to see him on the tour. And Jules Van Dong and Radek Skaganski, 2 people that had bad first years but great second years, they get another bite at the cherry. Now, you're probably wondering where the rest of the 128 players come from. Well, it's the top 64. We'll have a run through with those in a moment. But also, when you win a card at Q School, you get 2 years. So some of the players that won tour cards last year also get another go this year to try and break into that top 64. If you're wondering who those players are, they are on the screen for you right now. Players such as Keegan Brown, I think, got a good chance of getting into the top 64. Jeffrey Deswan's been in the top 32, a World Match Play semi-finalist. A lot of these players you may see have qualified, or you've seen them recently at events like the World Championships. People like Lee Evans, Stephen Burton, Dylan Slevin, for example. Certainly when we look at the whole lineup of players that have the extra year on the back of that tour card success last year. Jacques Larbe, the first Frenchman to get a tour card. We've now seen Thibaut Tricol pick one up, so the 2 French guys getting onto the tour. That's good for French darts. We also saw another good French player coming through at Q School as well. But these guys, if they want to keep their cards this year, it's got to be the top 64. Richard Veenstra, probably the standout star of the players you'd expect to see getting into that 64. Now, to be in that top 64, you're looking at £80,000, £40,000 a year, which means you've got to be making the World Championships and the Players' Championship finals. So you've got to average at least a second round across the season. That, money-wise, though, is going to go up as the PDC have increased the prize money coming up for this year's Pro Tours. So maybe the Europeans might level it off a little bit, the new qualifying system, weighing more towards the top 16 players rather than the 64. So it'll be interesting to see how that one balances out across the year. I will be picking up on a future video players I think who are going to struggle when they come to this year, and if they're going to keep in there. Players like Mervyn King and Ian White, are they going to be able to keep their cards? We're going to project that one and have a look across what we think there. You can certainly expect Mensah Suljovic to feature in that video. I'll let you know what he's defending. But a player who's not been on form, Adrian Lewis, retains his tour card, kept hold of it despite not playing much in 2023. Will we see Adrian Lewis back on the tour in 2024? Certainly suggests so, the fact that he's decided to keep hold of that tour card. We're going to see players pushing towards the top 32. I think we're going to see a lot of change there, not just in the fact of the players we've seen go in there, like two big runs of Scott Williams and certainly that run of Luke Littler, but I think there's a lot of changing of the guard to be happening around this 32 position throughout the year. But as far as the tour cards are concerned, these guys rock solid and safe for 2024. And it'd be interesting to get your vibe about what you expect to see in 2024. Let me know down in the comments section who you think could get into certain positions. Who's going to be the best tour card holder out of the new tour card holders we've got? It's going to be an interesting season. I think potentially when you look at the names that we've got here, I think we've got quite a wide open season here. We've got players that won their tour card last year who we know have done well, who haven't quite gone on to those sort of Pro Tour wins, and we've got a lot of debutants coming onto the Pro Tour, and when we get this we see people take a little bit of time to settle. Remember Josh Rock, when he first came onto the Pro Tour, lost his first 6-7 games with it first round before going on to have absolutely insane runs now inside the world's top 32 within the 2 years he's had his professional status. So let me know if you think you've got a little sneaky outsider who you think is going to do well. But that's all your tour card holders for 2024. If a player cannot attend a tour event, so if only 127 players are available, what they will do is they will refer to the Challenge Tour Order of Merit to top it up and make sure that we get the full quota of 128 players on the Pro Tour wherever possible. Again, if you're unfamiliar with what Challenge Tour is, Development Tour, anything to do with the PDC system, if you're new to darts, don't worry, I taught you through everything here. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll catch you soon for some more Edgar TV. Edgar TV.